welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about applicant tracking systems, and Heather has informed me off camera that this is not a Google generated GPS tracking thing that just gets you a job. So you're going to have to explain it a little bit then.
That'd be so nice, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I could just enter into Google on a form what job I wanted, and whoop, it would just take
There we go. You are identified as the person for this job.
So,
please apply. Awesome.
So basically the applicant tracking system does the job of what an HR person does. They're looking for it's looking for the most qualified person. But since it's a computer,
right,
it is run off a key term. So if you think of how when you submit your resume, you know, it's full of words. The applicant tracking system crawls right all over your resume, and it is trying to find the words that match the words in the job posting.
Okay, so that answers my next question.
And it grabs your resume, because it has all those words, and then takes it to the yay pile.
All right, so it's the job posting then where I'm going to find these keywords.
Yeah, right under minimum qualifications.
Minimum qualifications, very good.
And
okay.
then preferred qualifications.
All right.
Or sometimes it's in the summary of the posting too. Like, we're looking for a candidate who blah, blah, blah.
So I guess the first advice that we need to give everybody is read the job posting.
Read the job posting carefully and to the end.
And print it off.
Yeah.
Highlight the keywords. Use a pencil.
Yeah.
Or a highlighter.
Mm-hmm.
If you're so inclined and own one. So, all right, so we found all these keywords, we've looked at the job posting, and how do we make sure that we're going to get through one of these filters?
Well, we look at our resume. So we
right.
have our keywords highlighted here. We have our resume here. Highlight where in the resume you can find those keywords. So you can map and make sure that they're all there, or as many of them as possible. I mean, you might not have everything for a job, but you should at least have the minimum requirements. And then also, you're looking at the way things are worded, the verbiage. If you are answering a job posting for a personal trainer, don't refer to yourself as a fitness coach.
Oh, absolutely, good point. You know, this isn't the time for the thesaurus. So if the job posting says proficient in Excel, then proficient in Excel needs to be in your resume so that you have the best chance of that tracking system selecting your text. You know, on that same note, you know, in the previous video we talked about your resume needs to be professional. Don't put it on purple scented paper, but also don't use uncommon fonts, because those tracking systems might not recognize your font as text, and you lose out even though you have all of the keywords there.
And you might have a perfectly nice font. Like, I like to write in Garamond. I like the way it looks.
Right.
But I would never put my resume, if I was submitting it through a big online job search site, I'd use Arial. I'd use Times New Roman. I mean, you can't lose the classic. Everybody can do Times New Roman. And
this isn't just for those resumes that you submit online. If you happen to be dropping one off or mailing it to an HR person, remember that that HR person works in very much the same way. They're going to go through your resume, they're going to compare your resume to the job posting, look at the minimum qualifications and make sure that you've met them, and then see how many of the preferred qualifications you meet. And then they're going to sort your resume into one of the piles. And you definitely don't want it the round one on the floor.
Yeah. There's so many thousands of resumes sometimes that are submitted for positions. That's why you have to have an applicant tracking system. Like, it's too much for one person.
Right, right. Could you imagine 1,000 resumes for one position?
And it's worth putting
them down?
Yeah, and it's worth putting that extra time to make your. Why are you spending all the time writing a resume if you're not going to do the extra time to make sure you have the keywords? Absolutely,
absolutely.
Even though, you know, it means you're going to have to personalize it for each job.
One final word of warning or caution: don't think that you're going to outsmart one of these by hiding the keywords in the background. You know, you could type all the keywords into the back and make them the same color as the background, and wow, look, that tracking system is going to pick you up. It's not a good idea.
They're on to you.
They're on to you. So yeah, don't.
That's so 1993. It doesn't work. It's smart. It's clever.
Clever, perhaps, but
yeah,
not the way to do it.
And just another note on formatting, just like a final word on it. You know, we talked about fonts. Also, leave out the graphics, leave out the bullet points, leave out the borders. I mean, just it's a simple plain text page. And when you save it as a .doc or .rtf, because most computers can read either of those things. And .x.
If you're still using WordPerfect, borrow someone else's computer, please.
I think in WordPerfect you can save it as RTF too. It's rich text format. That's standard. Any computer can open it. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, you want to do all that work and then have it be computer friendly. And even though most people I think are over .x right now, you don't want to.
Yep.
Why risk it?
Why risk it exactly? All right, so I think that covers applicant tracking systems pretty well.
So let's review. What is an applicant tracking system, Joan?
It is a computer-generated software that is going to look for those specific keywords to see how well you meet the job qualifications.
And where can I find these keywords?
In the job application.
Job
posting, not the application, but in the job posting.
All right. So now you know.
Yep. All right, let's move on to objective statements.
Or professional profiles.
Or professional summaries.